Right then, live. Don't know why I'm live. It's not the best of cards, but we've got a great fight here. Cal Yafai. It's not a Cal Yafai, it's Gamal Yafai. You got the three brothers, Cal, Gamal, and Galal. We've got Gamal. That's how easy it is to get them mixed up. But yeah, Yafai's been down 3 times. Cunningham here has just really picked his punches. He's open to... The left hand has really been the poison for Yafai on the way in, but he's been hurt by either hand really from Cunningham. He's really boxing very well, keeping the range, keeping that distance, and when Yafai closes the distance, he's just been able to pick a shot to just drop or really hurt Yafai. Uppercuts go in, left hooks go in, right hands go in. And Yafai's been smothering his work quite a bit, although he's had a better 7th round. And he's pinning Cunningham to the ropes now and shooting to the body. A lot of his work has been smothered, and Cunningham's been able to get out the way of a lot of Yafai's shots and get those knockdowns in the process. Their corner walking, asking for Cunningham to walk Yafai onto something. He wasn't able to at that opportunity. It takes a long, straight left hand. Heads clash there. Forehead onto the chin of Jason Cunningham. So what you guys are saying, here we go. Southpaw left hand. Bang on the chin. And again there. This is throughout the fight. This isn't the 8th round. And again. It's about 9 times here. That's what you fellas are saying here. It's a good job for your fight that Cunningham hasn't got serious power landing at will here. What a first 6 rounds for the underdog. That's a great point by Steve over at Boxing UK. Some heart from Yafai this. That's what Rob Tebbett's saying. Yafai looked hurt from that one. Tom at UK Fight Night. Yafai taking a lot of clean shots here. Cunningham can't miss him. That's been the telling thing. But Yafai backing Cunningham now into the corner. Gets a jab off. Stalking his man, cutting down the ring. Cunningham exits to his left. Cunningham now on the front foot, just pushes back Yafai with a straight left hand. Cunningham with the southpaw here. Yafai orthodox. Right hook to the body from Yafai. Right hand over. Look, there's a jab over the top from Yafai. Left hook over the top from Yafai. This better work here now. And a jab just pushing his man, cutting down the ring. Left hook there from Yafai. I think they traded hooks. Cunningham took a big shot, takes another one. Straight hand there from Cunningham. Heads clash. Better work here now from Yafai. Peach of an uppercut there from Cunningham, and Yafai looks hurt again. That's a low shot there from Cunningham. Yafai complained to the ref, but just got on with it and take a break. Yafai swings with a left hook, misses. Straight hand again from Cunningham. He's got no answer, no defense to that shot, Yafai. The left hooks and right hooks to the body from Yafai smothered, so he just undoes his work when he gets in on the inside. It's a better entry down with the right hand to the body. Left hooks to the body from Yafai now. Left hook wings into the body again. Eats a straight left hand though. Gonna sneeze 1 second. 35 seconds left of the 8th. Straight left again from Cunningham, who's backing towards the ropes. Ufai does really well to cut off the ring, but when he's at that point, I think he just waits too long, which allows Cunningham to just exit out with a couple of shots, a couple of feints, exit out to the left or right there again. Out to the right. Feinting. He does cut off the ring well, Ufai, but he's just not able to pin his man at that point. There's a left hook over the top from Ufai. And the bell for the 8th round rings. Really good fight, though. Really, really good fight. See what Ben's saying.
Dropped 3 times, 6 rounds. Cunningham landing everything that he wants. You know, Gamal's punch resistance just, you know, vanished into thin air. It's not good.
Imagine though, imagine if somehow Ufai was able to turn this around. Don't forget you got Char versus Lovejoy. That's up next according to BDB. I'm sure Tim Boxeo's got that on wraps as well. We can't watch that anywhere. I don't think it's on. There is some random ass website where it is, but you've got to do some like sign up onto some sort of subscription thing, which I'm not going to do. We've got Sky Go here on the go. And Ufai needs to get on the go if he's going to turn this round. Round 9 of 12, if he's going to turn this around in his favour. 3 knockdowns. Cunningham's been boxing beautifully. Been tagging him with a straight left hand. Now Ufai's been able to duck. See that hand come in and duck under it. Left hook over the top from Ufai. Tries it again, but Cunningham's just ducked a little bit underneath, and he pushes his head down. Referee separates them. Left hooks and right hooks to the body. That was good work there from Ufai. Now can he build upon that? Just over 90 seconds left in the round. Eats a right hand. Oh, they both trade punches. Cunningham just got the better of him as Ufai gets told off by the referee. Right hand from Ufai lands. Left hook over the top from Ufai too. Right hand to the body from Ufai, then just leans on Cunningham. The referee gives him another telling off for that. Straight right from Ufai. Straight left from Cunningham. This range here, when Ufai's on the outside, is all Cunningham. That's the end of the 9th round. Hard to score around. I'm not scoring them at all. Forget that, but a really enjoyable fight.
Nice little fairy tale from Jason Cunningham tonight, you know. Tell you what. That's what I call hard work, dedication, and staying at it in the gym, because a lot of the times I've seen Jason Cunningham working hard, coming sparring, coming off second with some of the guys who he's sparring with, but he sticks with it, and to a degree, actually it's always on Fight Night that he produces it, so in reality what he's doing is not taking liberties in sparring, but consummate professional. Really like him, and I'd really be pleased if he got the victory. I like both.
So I just listened to that shared stream. Just think everybody's partying. Bobby Daz 81. Hi, don't suppose you have a link for the boxing? Hit the like, lads, even if you're just can I drop him a link, Ames? I'd rather you didn't. I appreciate you asking. I'm glad you didn't do that. Just because I'd rather take no risk with it, mate. Look, Bobby Daz 81. If you're looking for a stream, you just need to look around at some of the websites. It's better I don't say it, because if I say it, then stuff gets taken down. But in terms of myself, I'm watching it on Sky Go. It's on Sky Sports. I can't give you a stream, unfortunately. I apologise. I'd rather just not take the risk as well. But yeah, if you've done anything like that before, it'll be available in the same sort of places you've been before. If you're trying to watch the fight, left hook to the body from your thigh. Right hand to the body from your thigh now. Left hook and right hand, and again from Cunningham. Left hooks and right hooks to the body from your thigh. Your thigh just upping up the pressure. Yeah, sorry, pal. Sorry, Bobby Daz. I wish I could. But yeah, just stuff gets shut down as soon as you put streams out there. I've seen it myself. You put links out there, it gets taken down. Oh, he's dropped him! Your fire's dropped him? Oh, did your fire drop him there? What happened? Left hook from your fire. 10th round, 90 seconds left to go. Yeah, if Bobby, if you use that sort of website, I appreciate again putting the little finger on it. It's normally there. Just keep refreshing. You might find it there. Right hand to the body from your thigh. Left hook, right hook. Cunningham looks tired. Uppercut from Cunningham, who's just looking very tired here. He's pushing on. Uppercut to the body from your thigh. Eats a 1-2 from Cunningham in return. Yeah, no, last king, I said no. Just because I don't want to take the risk for it. You know, with shadow bans and shit like that, and just getting taken off in general, I'd rather not take the risk. If I could, I would. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you understand that. If I could, I would. Are you on, Bobby Daz? Are you on Twitter? If you're on Twitter, drop me a follow on Twitter. I'll follow you back, and I'll just send you a DM. And I can. What's he saying there? Yeah, if you drop me a thingy, I can drop you a message of where to look. What happened with that? Was it a knockdown or not? That's a knockdown. Is it? 11th round, 15 seconds in. Your fight, hunt his man down. Look like he's got a new lease of life here. Really trying to get that knockout. Right hand to the body. I'm on Insta, yeah. I'm on Insta. If you drop me I've got an Insta link. You can see it on there at Take Aim. So drop me a follow on Insta. I'll drop you a follow back, and I'll just message you. I don't even know actually if it is on. Let me just double check for you. But try that, and if it is, I can send you another thing to Google search. I don't have any links, but you know, sites that I'm saying done. I just don't know. So put those two together and you might be able to find something, I think. Anyway, let me know if you get anything done there. Alright, 45 seconds left of round 11. I don't have a link, hack ZLden. Just look online. You have to look online. I'm watching on Sky Go, and it's a great fight you're missing out on. But yeah, I'm not putting out links in the chat or anything like that because I don't want to get banned or anything like that. So I haven't got a link for you, unfortunately. He's got one more round, Jason Cunningham. Right, and one more round for Epic TV. Right now, you've got Gamal Yafai and Jason Cunningham in a great fight. Last round, and Gamal Yafai's got to get a knockout to retain his belt. Jab from Gamal Yafai, lands flush. Left hook to the body, lands flush for Gamal. As Jason Cunningham ties up. Right hand to the body from Gamal. Gamal gets tied up on the inside and then separated by the referee. Cunningham feints to go right, then goes left. 1-2 from Cunningham, tries to clinch. Gamal Yafai pushes him off, and Cunningham forces the clinch, gets back to the centre of the ring. A little bit of a flurry, blocked by Gamal. Uppercut on the inside from Cunningham, who ducks low out the way of Yafai's punches. They're just caught in between the ropes now as the referee separates them. Jason Cunningham buying some time here. Less than 2 minutes to go. Right hook to the head. Left hook to the body from Ufai, who gets caught as he lunges in by a left hook from Cunningham. Shout out to Laura in here. Shout out to Epic TV. Shout out to Hack ZLDN. Hack ZLDN. Hacks London. That's gotta be what it is. Fucking butchering that name. Sorry, pal. Shout out to Bobby Daz 81. Last King of Scotland. Right hook lands for Gamal Yafai. He's got about 1 minute left to try and retain his title. He's got to knock out Jason Cunningham. Nothing else will suffice. Jason's just using all his tricks here to just tie Gamal Yafai up. $20 left and Jason Cunningham is using beautiful movement and Yafai's just not able to trap him. Yafai looks tired, looks really tired. Gamal puts his hand in the air, as does Jason Cunningham. Looks like we're going to get a new European champion. But Gamal still looks very confident. Ian John Lewis is filling out his scorecard. We'll see what that means. Great fight, a really enjoyable fight. Wouldn't mind seeing that one again.
Cunningham looks exhausted now. Those body shots taking their toll over the course of the fight. Going to be an interesting end to this affair.
I mean, it looked at one point that Yafai might have been able to come on strong and Cunningham was coming unstuck. I think that was around round 10, but Cunningham just was able to push out and push that little bit extra out to get through to the final bell. But he wasn't in overly too much trouble in those last 3 rounds. Ooh. Enjoyed the fights tonight. Won't be watching it all. We'll catch Neri and the UFC maybe. Nah, fair enough. Don't blame you. I don't even know why I'm on here. I'm just on here because I thought maybe people might not be streaming, so I thought I'd just, you know, get on here. I suppose got a few new subscribers over the last week or so. So it'd be good to keep the content going for the short term. So that's why I thought I'd go live. We're just getting now. Great to see you here, by the way, James. All 3 unanimous decision. Yafai's got to know this. And Jason Cunningham with the win. Yeah, I might. Who's fighting in the UFC? What is it's my mate Jack told me, and I fucking forgot. It is. It's like an older fighter. Nah, I forgot. Listening to BNTV on the Patreon now. No worries. Yeah, so we did a live yesterday with Steve. Talked about the Buatsi card. We talked about Fury vs Joshua. We talked about the missing videos thing. Ben gave his perspective on it. I gave his perspective on it. It's a bit of a strange situation because you don't really know what truly happened, but I can see the link on both sides. Like, I don't want to jump into any conclusion when I don't know anything, but it seems like as Ben was saying, he was on the right lines with like the narrative being changed, which is a shame. But for me, it's harder for me to draw that conclusion because I haven't seen it with my own eyes. You know, not being in the media for long enough. So, but it's an interesting conversation nonetheless. But good to hear that you're listening to BNTV on the Patreon. But it's also good to just ask questions as well. We want questions asked on one side, but also on our side if we're knowing or not when we don't know too much about it. I think I'm blubbering my way through that a little bit. I think I just had too much Fanta. On a country walk for an hour or so, so should be good listening. Yeah, it is a decent listen. You'll hear me. I didn't prepare many questions at all, so you'll hear me blubbering through quite a bit. But yeah, Steve and Ben were really good, and Ben was on the button. Ben, for my money, was very much on the button with what he was saying about the Tibbs situation. New European champion Jason Cunningham. Whilst we're just listening to Jason Cunningham's post-fight interview, check out Asgi's prediction on Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders.
Remember, I'm saying this. He's going to make Canelo quit. Remember, I'm saying this.
You've said it. You said it for a while. So, do you think? Why do you think Canelo will quit? Let's start there. Why do you think Canelo will quit?
Out of pure frustration, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Did you watch when Team Canelo walked past Team Saunders?
And they called them pussies. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Canelo break like that? Round 9. Round 9, he can't take no more. Humiliated. He gets schooled early. Tries to go for the kill round 5, 6. Realizes he can't do it. Billy Joe steps up the gas, intimidates him in his face. And I think Canelo says, you know what? I've had enough. And says, I'm not going out. He's humiliated.
Couple of questions for me. Chris, there are those in the boxing public who have been critical of the standard of some of the fighters you fought, this being the case here with Marcus Morrison, most notably Time Booth, who believes you're fighting his leftovers, as he says. What's your thoughts on the criticisms about the opponent you've picked for this weekend?
I didn't pick the opponent. My promoters picked the opponent. Mm-hmm. I agreed. You know, I'm not going to turn down a fight. I've been out of the ring for a long time. You know, if anyone who's not happy with it, there's a big red button at the top of your remote, so you can put your finger on it, and it makes the screen go dark.
Press that big red button if you don't like it. But if you do like it here and you're watching here, make sure you press the big red button. It says subscribe and the thumbs up. The like, it looks like this. Like that. There you go. It looks like that. Press that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Had a few new viewers over last week or so, which is great. Had a one interview smash fucking, like, what is it, like 30,000 subscribers? That's crazy. Subscribers, I wish. 30,000 views, which was a bit crazy, to be honest with you. But all good. I'm just looking for a monitor now. Nothing's happening in the ring right now. It's just Jason Cunningham and Steffi Bull talking. Anyway, they're just talking right now. Yeah, so I just got my monitor to buy, and then my new PC is going to be done, and hopefully we can get the content up to a next level. I'm going to get lights up here. I'm going to get the background a lot better. I've only got like this like little ring light. I'm using like a little shitty lamp here. This one I prefer not to use right now, just because the USB ports on my Mac are going to be a bit dodgy. So yeah, can't wait to get that PC up and running and done. Just got to get the monitor, that's next, mouse and keyboard, and then Windows, and then we are up and running. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. They're filling time right now. They're not moving on. We're getting Terry Harper in here, who was supposed to headline the card against Hyunmi Choi. To be fair, she looks in great condition. She's got great, like, you can sculpted muscles, like her shoulders look sculpted. Her biceps looked sculpted. You can tell she was obviously in great condition, and unfortunately she broke her hand. But it's one of those things, you don't want to rush back with a broken hand, because you'll break it again, like Terry Harper had done. The line is that she broke it in the last round of the last sparring for the fight. Whether that's true or not, they're just trying to build a story there, I don't know. But a shame for her, from her perspective, to be pulled from the card where she was headlining. But that brings in Joshua Buatsi, who's now headlining against a very little known opponent. You know when the opponent is very little known, when you've got Steve Wellings, who's like he's a fountain of boxing knowledge, who can't pick up too much from Daniel Blinter dos Santos because he's that little known. So yeah, we don't really know what quantity he brings. I think somebody on Twitter was saying about how he's essentially, in comparison to Josh Buatsi, he's a relative novice. I watched one of his fights and he was up against some very heavy set, unfit fella, and he won. He knocked the guy out, but he looked really routine in doing that. Nothing special by any means. And maybe it's just a case of, with Joshua, look, they don't want to, when he's in transition in terms of his styles, he's moved now to Virgil Hunter, they don't want to take a risk and have a fight where he could potentially get upset by stepping up the challenge. Even though he is due a step up in challenge, they don't want to take that risk because of the transition that he's making in styles. You'd think, maybe I'm just plugging that out of my ass, or that is the case here. But either way, Joshua Buatsi does have to make that step up. We were talking about Blake Caparello not so long ago, but Blake Caparello is nowhere to be seen. Let's have a look at what Rob Kelly's saying.
It's a lovely accent, that Doncaster accent, innit?
Yeah, earlier on the night, Dalton Smith beat Lee Appleyard, 6-round stoppage. Great performance by Dalton Smith. Tommy McCarthy, Alexander Jur, 6-round knockout. Tommy McCarthy looking a lot better than he did recently. He looked terrible against Bilal Lejeune. Don't get me wrong. Bilal Lejeune and that Jur fella, two different fighters. So a quick look here.
It's not just the impending trial for murder, but Jonas Stephanie ahead of Obanov in the P4P ratings legacy.
For God's sake, Rob. So, Bobby Daz, I'm just waiting for that to come up. What's your prediction for the Lerone fight? So, I had the pleasure of watching Lerone Richards fight Lennox Clark in Birmingham on Midlands Mayhem card. That was a really good card, by the way, that Frank Warren put on. You had Lennox Clark versus Lerone Richards for the British title. Was it British and Commonwealth? Was it? I remember the British title at least being on the line. You had a world title fight on the undercard. Jean-Real Casimero versus Zolane Tete. Great fight that was. You had Hamza Shiraz versus Ryan Kelly. Nathan Heaney was on the card there, and his Stoke fans took over. Great atmosphere they created. Who else was on that card? Shabazz Massoud was on that card. Am I missing anyone else? Oh, a great fight between Sam Bowen and Anthony Kakachi. Anthony Kakachi captured the British Featherweight Championship at the second time of asking. But anyway, you're asking me about Lerone Richards. So I got the pleasure of watching Lerone Richards against Lennox Clark. And I thought Lerone showed another string to his bow in adapting to a fighter who was there strictly to knock him out and gave pretty much front foot forward pressure for the whole fight. And we saw what Lennox Clark did to Willie Hutchinson. What was it, 4 or so weeks back? Maybe a little bit longer. We saw what he did. He absolutely demolished Willie Hutchinson, who is said to be... Now, he's managed by Shirley Binkle. He's Dom Ingle's last 10-plus year project. He's very much got a lot of backing about him. And he absolutely crushed a confident Willie Hutchinson. A big right hand that changed the fight completely, and Willie just was unable to recover. Got absolutely poleaxed by Lennox Clark. That's the power that Lennox Clark carries. And Lerone Richards is strictly a boxer. Not a boxer puncher, not a boxer... Well, he does counter quite a bit, but he doesn't throw, or look to throw big shots and get his man out of there. He's just a boxer. And he had to box his way through a 12-round points victory against Lennox Clark, who made him work pretty much for every single round of that 12 rounds. And he took big shots. I saw it for myself. He took big shots from Lennox Clark, and he was able to just box around and keep moving. And to be fair, if Lennox pushed on the gas a little bit more, I had that fight. It was a very close fight. One judge had it scored for Lennox. The other two judges had it scored for Lerone. If Lennox was injured, and if Lennox Clark pushed on the gas a little bit more, he could have snuck a victory. I had that fight a draw. However, I missed the 10th or 11th round, and watching it back, I believe Lerone won one of those rounds, basically. So I was the only one to do an interview with Lerone, with Lennox, who was very gutted, but they were also quite positive of the fact that they pushed Lerone so far, and on another day he would have got the victory. Yes, yeah, so you just picked up on there as well, yeah. You didn't see the Clark fight, but after the Hutchinson fight, Lennox said he only had one arm. Yeah, and I believe that, from Lennox. I think he was supposed to spar Billy Joe Saunders in the lead up to that fight. And he sparred Billy Joe Saunders before, don't get me wrong, but I believe he was supposed to spar Billy Joe Saunders, and that spar got pulled because I was going to go to that spar and get an interview with Billy Joe and Lennox. Lennox invited me down to the gym, but they pulled that. I think that was because of the injury that he suffered. They just wanted to pull a bit of the sparring at the time in the lead up to the fight. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to Lerone and Carolis. Look, the thing with Lerone is he looks very good. At the levels he's been at, he looks very good. He looks like someone you really want to get behind because they've got it all in terms of the boxing skills. But you just want to see him push through the gears. He does have gears, but then he sort of just like doesn't push that bit further. And now it's a case where I question either A, Lerone does have the gears but doesn't want to push on the gas because he is risk averse, to caution, wary of something coming back. Maybe he doesn't want to. I remember the whole story of Chris Eubank Jr. After a certain point when he hurt someone in his career, he didn't want to hurt his opponents after that because of fear of like really damaging them. Maybe that's part of it, because he has a very relaxed demeanor. He's very softly spoken outside the ring, a quick-witted, decent enough guy. Or so is it that he has those gears and doesn't want to use them and push on and get those knockouts? I mean, he's got one knockout, I think, on his. He must have a couple. I think he's got at least one. I remember at least one. Probably got about 4 or 5. But or is it a case with Lerone that he just doesn't have those gears? Maybe it just stops there with Lerone, and he doesn't have that. He's just a pure good boxer at the levels he's been at. And that might carry him to a world title or beyond European level. We'll find out. But it might just be a case with Lerone that it is not there. We'll find that out. But I think the thing with Lerone is, I think all that he cares about is the win, and he doesn't care about how he gets the win. So I don't think being a knockout artist is on his mind. But when it comes to this fight and strictly DeCarolis, look, Lerone's got to put in a good performance because he had his previous opponent, Timo Lane, and he should have really got Timo Lane out of there. But DeCarolis, for me, is, although he's coming off of a couple of wins here and there after bouncing back from losses to like that fella that John Ryder boxed Akaway. He's beat the likes of Feigenbutz in the past. I think De Carolis is tricky. He might pose Lerone Richards some problems in the early part of the fight, but I think Lerone Richards should really, again, box to a points victory against De Carolis. I think he's kind of done now at this sort of level. I was speaking to Al Siesta earlier, and he was saying, what was he saying here? Let me just get this up. Guys, De Carolis is useless and gone. I don't think he's useless and gone. I think he can... I think he should, like I said, pose Lerone Richards some problems. But, look, ideally from a Lerone Richards perspective, I want him to be able to box around the ring, pick a few shots, force a stoppage by the referee, or get a few knockdowns along the way. I don't want to see that coast towards to a points victory, especially if it's there for him. Look at I love the confidence from Lerone. Absolutely love the confidence from Lerone. But now I want to see that put out in the ring as well. But yeah, if I had a gun to my head, I'm going to say Lerone Richards on point against Giovanni De Carolis. I expect him to shoot to the body. I expect him to box on the back foot. I expect him to be cautious in the first 4 rounds, then start picking up some flashy shots towards the mid rounds, because he does get quite confident once he knows he's got his man beaten or knows that his man can't get to him. He is that kind of arrogant-ish type of style fighter at times in the ring. I want to see that from Lerone, but I just want to see him press on the gas. Back in one moment.
Remember, I'm saying this. He's going to make Canelo quit. Remember, I'm saying this.
You've said it for a while. So do you think? Why do you think Canelo will quit? Let's start there. Why do you think Canelo will quit?
Out of pure frustration, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Did you watch when Team Canelo walked past Team Saunders?
And they called them pussies. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Canelo break like that? Round 9. Round 9. He can't take no more. Humiliated. He gets schooled early. Tries to go for the kill round 5, 6. Realizes he can't do it. Billy Joe steps up the gas, intimidates him in his face. And I think Canelo says, you know what? I've had enough. And says, I'm not going out. He's humiliated.
There are levels in the sport. You've got your domestic, international, world-class, elite. What level do you see yourself at now? And what level do you think people see you as?
I see myself as an elite fighter right now. A young prospect with a lot of motivation, a lot of hunger, and I think people see me as a shitty amateur. So there's a sort of a big difference, and there's a big gap in between where I'm actually at and what the general audience will think. But I'm excited again to show my ability on Saturday against Ben, who is a world-class fighter.
Right then, are we going to see the mid-round taunt? The mid-round taunt. What am I about? The fight's not even started. The pre-fight taunt. Kind of stomps his foot, points his finger out, and does like that sort of thing, or like that sort of thing. Can't remember what it was. He hasn't done it. No, he's doing it now. Here we go. Yeah. Just a little ball thingy. There it is. What is that from? I swear it's from something. I swear it's from Street Fighter. Right, I'm back. Sorry, I just had myself on mute. Was just voice noting. Round 1. Lerone Richards in the black and yellow, flashy black and yellow like a bumblebee, and the opponent Giovanni De Carolis in the gold and red. he's got a great physique. He's a tall guy, big shoulders, broad back. You'd think he'd carries a lot of power. Jab up to the body, then to the chest from Lerone Richards. Just pouring at the guard. Double jab and then a left hand, straight left down to the body from Lerone Richards, and then pours out the jab to Carolis. They're in the center of the ring. Lerone feints to it down to shoot a shot. Another feint from Lerone. Jab up top, left hook, right hook to the body from Lerone Richards, blocked by Carolis. Double jab, the second jab got through from Lerone. Feints with the jab up top and lands a straight left hand to the body onto DeCarolis. Just misses with a straight left. DeCarolis was able to dip his head to the right, and that punch went past him. Double jab onto the guard of DeCarolis.
Here, Al, your screenshot there, the belly of the week, and me drinking that amount of whiskey, is right by the way. I just feel brand new. COVID would absolutely die with the amount of whiskey I drank tonight. So if you want a good taste, a good single malt, or a nice blend of 55, you give me a shout, brother. I'll get a good drink.
DeCarolis' shorts are ripped. DeCarolis with the ripped shorts, guys. It's getting tasty. End of the first round. That was pretty much all Lerone Richards. Back in one moment.
I told everyone what teams we should react for. This is a bad fight. This is a bad fight to take when you are 5 minutes before being a mandatory. Why? Whoever thinks that Povetkin gonna bank out easily, I can guarantee you, simply, they don't understand boxing. Dylan White, he fought Lucas Brown, stopped him with tremendous knockout. Then he fights Joseph Parker. Touch and go. If this longer round, it would have gone. It was very close. And he fights Chisora, losing whole fight and finding a left equalizer, the check hook, which prevails. And then he fights Oscar Rivas, goes down, Oscar's biceps snaps, and Dylan wins it somehow. Mario Schwag, very poor. He just underestimated, but Marius really turned up and gave him a seriously competitive fight. Luck is running out. That's what I'm saying. No matter how talented Dylan is, unless he's absolutely ready for this fight mentally, physically, he's going, because Povetkin is old school operator.
Round two. Lerone Richards on the front foot, pouring out the jab. He's a cool guy, Lerone. I'm pretty sure he's a gamer. I haven't asked him about him. I'm pretty sure he is. And I remember speaking to him in Birmingham, got an interview with him. And I asked him what his first boxing memory was. Not missing any action at the moment, I'll call it as it is. You just got Lerone Richards just pouring out some feints here, just touching the gloves of DeCarolis, just shaking him back as he steps forward, trying to buy some ring real estate. Lerone Richards is pushing him back towards the ropes, now back towards the centre of the ring. More feints from Lerone, double jab blocked, and then a straight left hand blocked by DeCarolis as well. DeCarolis trying to bustle forward with a jab and a right hand. Jab didn't get through, he just cancelled the right hand before he threw it. Jab over the top from DeCarolis. under 2 minutes left of round 2. So yeah, I was speaking to Lerone Richards in an interview with him before his fight with Lennox Clark, and he said his first boxing memory was he bought a DVD from a store, or a video from a store, and it was, I believe it was Prince Nassim Hamed. No, he saw a poster of Prince Nassim Hamed, and then he bought Prince Nassim Hamed's video license to Thrill, something along those lines. So basically, his first boxing memory was watching the great Prince Nassim Hamed. And I think Lerone has not Nassim Hamed-esque flash. He doesn't have that, but he has his own type of type of skill where he moves out of the way of his opponents, brings in a flashy shot every now and again. I think he tries to incorporate that sort of influence, not by being a mirror, but by taking the aspect of being skillful or flashy into his game. And you'll see that at times. That's a lovely picked right hook to the body. After disguising it through a jab and a right hand, he goes straight down to a right hook. So it's a 1-2-6. No, it's a 1-2-4, sorry. "15 seconds left of round 2. Another Lerone Richards round clear. Didn't let DeCarolis really get anything onto him at all. And we get the Voltarol advert again. If you're in here and you haven't already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Got much more boxing content coming your way. You can check out an interview I did with Asgi, who predicted that Billy Joe Saunders would make Canelo quit. You can also check out an excerpt of an interview I did with Liam Smith, where Liam Smith said he hates the fucker Canelo, and he breaks down what it was like to be in the ring with Canelo. That video has got 30,000 views, which is crazy. That was taken from an interview I did for Boxing News TV. You can check over Boxing News TV over on that channel. I do the interviews over there. I've been interviewing quite a number of fighters over the last year or so. So hopefully soon, once the lockdown's fully over and we can get back to events, I'll be getting interviews for there, and there'll be content coming up here as well. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Thinking back to the Midlands card, what happened to Sam Bowen? Let's have a look. So I can show you, to be fair. Not I can show you, but I remember taking a video at the time. Let's have a quick look, and I'll run you through what happened to Sam Bowen. Just trying to find the video now. Did I delete the video? No, I didn't. Is it here? That was Leeds. That was Newcastle. Where's Birmingham? Birmingham's got to be next. Nothing's happening in the fight right now. We're in round 3. So you're not missing anything. I definitely took vids of Birmingham, so why can't I find them? Midlands Mayhem. Come on, where is Midlands Mayhem? Here we go. That's Hamza Shiraz's knockout. That's Casimiro. That's Nathan Heaney. Have I got the decision here? I think I do. Yeah, so I'll play this in... Wait there. One sec. Yeah. Oh, right, sorry, yeah. I'll get to that in the... just there's 30 seconds after this round. But I thought I'd just quick play it. Let's have a quick look here. So, can I see this by... Right, okay, so I was just wondering if maybe he got dropped by Queensberry Promotions, but he hasn't. He's listed on their website still, which is good from a Sam Bowen perspective, because I don't think he's fought since that loss to Anthony Kakachi, and that was a real kind of crossroads fight, wasn't it? It was the first loss of Sam Bowen's career. It was the first fight, I believe, that Sam Bowen was fighting as a full-time professional. He worked at Tesco's for the majority of his career, and then he went full-time with it, and then he winds up losing the British title, which is a real shame for him after beating Maxie Hughes, Jordan McCorry. Maxie Hughes, you'll see where Maxie Hughes is now. He's leaps and bounds over British level now. Although he's just won the British title, hasn't he? Maxie Hughes really is stealing the spotlight, an opportunity here. Nothing being missed here in Richards and Dicarius, but yeah, I think lockdown hasn't helped, because he last fought out at the end of 2019. That's about when kind of lockdown sort of hit, so he's kind of in that sort of crowd there, really, and I don't think Frank's really found a spot for him. Now, the same sort of thing happened with Leon Woodstock when he lost, and what was happening, and Woodstock and Sam Bowen are from the same area. They're from like Leicester-ish sort of way, so, or Leicester itself, one of the two. And I think what was going to happen was Leon Woodstock was going to be on like a small horse show in Leicester, along with Ellis Hopkins, who debuted earlier on the show. And I think the plan was, I don't know this is full information, but I'd imagine with Woodstock being on that bill, I think Sam Bowen would probably find himself on, had lockdown not have happened, being on like a small horse show and then coming back onto Frank Warren's main, Queensberry shows on TV, because they haven't still found a slot for. Leon Woodstock was supposed to fight Anthony Kakachi. That's been that's supposed to be rescheduled, and now it's kind of just wilted off into melted basically, which is a shame, because I want to see that fight. That's a great fight and a great shot picked by Sniper the Boss there, right hook to the body. And Sam Bowen as well. You would have thought, when you've got the likes of David Adeleye who've been out in the ring a couple of times, you'd have thought maybe Sam Bowen could get in at least once, but he hasn't been able. So I think they're looking to build him back with a small hall show or two, and then get him back on, unless he wants to be the opponent. I don't think he does want to be the opponent. And naturally, I think he'll be looking at getting a rematch with Anthony Kakachi. Kakachi himself has been he was close to, the word on the inside was that he was close to retirement. Apparently there was a dental issue had gone wrong, and he was getting immense headaches and pain from sparring because of his teeth, but he got that issue sorted and it's been cleared now to box. But we were just waiting for that fight to be rescheduled with Woodstock, which will be a brilliant fight when it lands. But yeah, to be honest with you, truly, I don't really know what's happened to Sam Bowen. I think he's been training, or even back in train at least. I remember seeing on Twitter that he'd been back training around the Leicester sort of area. Let's have a quick look. Let's check out his Twitter. But I'm pretty sure he'd been back. I saw like a post of him training. There's Sniper the Boss there, flaunting. Can't find it. I can't find his Twitter for some reason. Is it on his profile? Here we go. What's he saying there? Let's have a quick look at that. Here we go. I'm on his Twitter now. Okay, let's have a look at his Twitter. So April 13th, I remember seeing this around the time. Great to be back up Earl Chilton and Barwell Boxing Club, one of the best clubs in the country, but no real message about him being back in the ring. I would imagine he's just gone back to he's with Carl Greaves. I should have asked Carl when I interviewed him. He's with Carl Greaves. Oh, Carl's got a couple of shows, hasn't he, coming up? I swear Carl's got some shows coming up after this lockdown. He mentioned on an interview that he's going to be having shows as soon as they can. So I would assume that he'll be back on a Carl Greaves show very soon. Let's see if we can pull up this tweet from Carl Greaves. Yeah, so Carl Greaves announces his first post-pandemic show, gives update on Conor Bowen. So yeah, Carl Greaves has announced the show. I would assume that Bowen will be back on that Carl Greaves show when it's out. I've got no idea of the date, but I would assume Bowen will be back on there. Back in here, 5th round, just over 90 seconds. Lerone Richards using angles and feints to separate himself from DeCarlos, who's coming forward, giving himself some distance, and just pushing out the jab. Jab, 1-2 from Lerone. Right hook to the body.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the boxing. Sorry, Ben, I've just come on in answer to that question of yours with Yafai raising his hand. I think at the end of the day, sometimes they might take for granted that they're the home fighter and think to themselves, well, it's like a sneaker draw, bigger draw. Funnier things have happened.
$20 left of the 5th round. Not a lot happening here. I want to see Lerone Richards step on the gas. He tries a big uppercut, hits air, completely misses. Was out of range for that one. If he just a little half step forward, we would have got that in. That was a lovely little jab, left hook to the body, right hook to the body from Lerone. And again, DeCarlos takes a big breathe in and shrug of the shoulders, and I think he's getting very frustrated by Lerone. And Virgil Hunter and Joshua Buatsi were just getting a little slow-mo. Haha! Char stopped Lovejoy in the 2nd round. Let's have a look at this. Oh no. It's all over for Christopher Lovejoy. Yeah, he's done. Char with the cartwheel. Richards is circling around his shoulders and it gets off a right hook to the body, to the head even. He finds great angles, Lerone does. He's just a bit... You just want to see him press on the gas. Again, jab. Right, left hand, right hook to the body. Here's the confidence now that I was telling you about Lerone. Here it comes now.
We hand over the microphone for that one, I think. Like Lerone Richards, he's got a lovely style. But I'd like to see him put a few exclamation points on it now. Seems to be stepping on the gas a little bit. I don't see this fight going to full 12, to be honest with you.
Interesting. I would have thought this... I think this will go the full 12. I think this will go the full 12. The best thing, or the best bit of work Lerone has been doing so far is picking really good body shots, left hooks and right hooks down to the body. But yeah, you just want to see that a little bit more from Lerone, just step on the gas a bit more. I think he has been boxing better, or at least more entertaining, I suppose, than his last few fights. Angles again. There's the 1-2-3 from Lerone. Back in the center of the ring. Lead left hand. Jabbing with the right. Lead uppercut from Lerone. There it is again. Left hook, right hook to the body. Is he going to dance back towards the corner? No, not this time.
I was skeptical about guys with those kind of trunks. It takes a special kind of fighter to have gladiatorial style pleats in the trunks along with bicycle shots. You have to really deliver. Agree about the body work, but I think that's going to be the telling factor. I think he's going to get him out of here before 12, but what the fuck do I know?
I like those shorts, and I think he's built himself a little like fight attire identity. The black and yellow, the bumblebee. I really like it from Lerone. I think that sort of side of the package Lerone is like spot on. Separates himself from everyone else with that sort of identity. Left hook to the body from Lerone, sort of like a left uppercut. Shorts for a tribute to Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sing like a bee. Right then. Well, that would be why. Jab from Lerone on the gloves to Carolis. Slips a lead hand from DeCarolis nicely. Gets in a uppercut to the body and then clinches. Clinched his way towards, with his back towards the center of the ring as opposed to the ropes. Lead hand from Lerone. He's straight. Back in 1 second, boyos. Michael, I just wanted to know, you're highly rated within the WBO.
Yeah.
More high rated than Chris Congo, Lewis Crocker, high rated than Conor Ben would be in his IBF rankings. Why do you think you've had less of the spotlight than your domestic rivals, yet you're higher rated than them?
You got to know somebody in this game, haven't you? I've started from the very bottom, from a small fighting city really of Portsmouth, and I've had to do things the hard way. Like I've been the B-side many times before, like a couple of times before. I've fought for no money. I've came up the hard way with little publicity, and I wasn't a top amateur, which that didn't help me when I first turned pro. I wasn't a top amateur, so there's many reasons, but it just makes it even better that I'm finally where I want to be. My career starts on Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm seeing it. This is my golden ticket to change my life. Like beating Chris Congo could open up so many great opportunities for me, which that I need. So, but that's a must win. Like I've got to get the job done, and once I get that job done, then we can move on and talk about whoever's next.
I'm back, boys. I'm back. Round 8, just over 2 minutes to go. Jab, then a lead left hand to the body. He squats down on that body shot and delivers it straight to the stomach. Picks a right hook on the just a short little right hook, uppercut on the inside. Just pinned his man on the ropes. Uppercut on the inside was a peach of a shot from Lerone Richards onto De Carolis, forcing back the head of his opponent. De Carolis swinging and missing. Lerone just in front of him and just moving himself from his torso left and right. And it's just bamboozling De Carolis. Right hook and left hook to the body from Lerone. Looking really good. Standing in front of his man now. Eats a right hook to the body in return, but then takes a 1-2. I am back. Round 9, jab and a jab, knocking on the door of DeCarolis's gloves. Lead left hand to the body. Jab again from Lerone. And again. The second jab got through DeCarolis's guard. Jab, jab, right hand, lead left hand, sorry, from Lerone. On the gloves, DeCarolis. Jab again on the gloves. Picks a jab, then just moves off to his right hand side. Good work from Lerone to get himself out of the corner. One, two from Lerone. Eats a jab there from DeCarolis. Straight lead left hand down the pipe for Lerone. Lerone standing in front of his man and just taunting him there.
Remember, I'm saying this. He's going to make Canelo quit. Remember, I'm saying this.
You've said it. You said it for a while. So, do you think? Why do you think Canelo will quit? Let's start there. Why do you think Canelo will quit?
Out of pure frustration, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Did you watch when Team Canelo walked past Team Saunders?
And they called them pussies. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Canelo break like that? Round 9. Round 9. He can't take no more. Humiliated. He gets schooled early. Tries to go for the kill round 5, 6. Realizes he can't do it. Billy Joe steps up the gas, intimidates him in his face. And I think Canelo says, you know what? I've had enough. And says, I'm not going out. He's humiliated.
Yeah, we when I flew it and met Andy in Ireland for the first time and got to work, yeah, we started working straight away. As soon as I got off the plane, we went to the gym to loosen up or to sort of shake off the long flight that I had. And just with that, and then the sessions leading into it, he started picking up a few things which I believe I was doing wrong, and things that wasn't flowing well. And he was able to. He's not trying to change my whole style because of the time that we had. I think we had about 6 or 7 weeks together. But he just added a few things here and there, corrected a few things, and I feel like he's made a big impact and a big change in what I'm bringing now and into this next fight. To be totally honest, I feel a lot different from not only so much compared to the Far fight, but compared to the last, 4 or 5 fights that I've had. I feel like my body at the moment is a lot fresher, way fresher. We've put in some good work. We've put in some great work. If you talk to any of the pairs that we've done, the sparring, you know, the leg circuits, everything. And I feel like my body's still a lot fresh, and I haven't had any sort of pain or injuries throughout this camp. So.
Right then, boys. Sorry, boys, I had an extended break there. Just over 90 seconds left in the 10th. Rowan Richards now extending combinations past 3 and 4 punches for the first time in this fight. He laid off a 6-punch combination when he had De Carolis pinned down in the corner. I think he senses that De Carolis is tiring, or if there was any power in De Carolis' punches, that's waned from where it started to where it is now in the 10th round. Just over a minute and 15 seconds left to go. And Rowan Richards is boxing smooth, boxing nicely, boxing his way to a win, with the 1-2 being the lead punch, really extended to a 1-2 right hook to the body onto De Carolis. Lead uppercut there from Lerone, then switches off to the right and left, blocks punches with his shoulder, leads with a jab and a jab, dips out the way, goes hoo-wee. Interesting from Lerone. He's in his flow right now. End of the 10th. Joshua Buatsi will be fighting next, as Adam Smith says. Did I read correctly that you've got Ricky Hatton in your corner for this fight? Is that right?
Yeah, we've added in Rick just into the corner as a second, just for guidance and experience and help. Really, like I've got a pretty good relationship with Ricky. I've known him for a while when I spent a bit of time in Gorman's camp when he was part of that Hatton stable. So yeah, we've brought him in, but purely just for a second and some eyes and some knowledge. And like I say, it's a step up in fight, it's a step up in class. So if there's any little helps and pointers he can give, it'd be great to have his advice there.
Should you win at the weekend, Dillian, what is the situation with the title shot you were looking for? Do you expect to have to wait, or would you expect the WBC to acknowledge from what your perspective at the time was, at the time that you had before, to wait for that title?
They better fucking acknowledge I've waited long enough, and the manager situation is still going on. Mempovic is in contract. It's not like I've lost someone and no, it's still a contract. So the manager's position is just on hold at the minute. So the winner of this fight should just be manager and should be in line for the title fight next. Hopefully they have to wait 1,000 days again, whatever it was.
Right then, boys. 11th round. 2 rounds left of this to go. At least 1 complete round left to go, as we're in 30 seconds deep of this 11th round. Rowan Richards feinting again, leading with a right hook, straight left, right hand to the body, right hook up top, straight left lands flush, uppercut to the body. He's been warned for being low, but that wasn't low. De Carolis just looking a bit out of ideas here. He's been out of ideas for a while. That was quality from Lerone. Jab. Right hook down to the body. Little short uppercut on the inside. Great work there from Lerone. Eats a left hook on the inside though. Right hook to the chest from De Carolis, who's squared up a bit. Lerone doesn't take the opportunity to throw. Uppercut on the inside from Lerone. Left hook, right hook to the body. Lands for Rowan Richards as well, as he shifts off back to the centre of the ring. Bell for the 11th round rings. One last round left to go, guys. One last round left before Buatsi to Carolis.
And I think it's important to be able to embrace what you have. And I think it's important to be able to show that it's not sexualizing the sport. What it's doing is it's showing femininity. It's showing that we're still women as well. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And it's okay to be feminine and do a male-dominated thing, a male-dominated sport, or something that's maybe not looked at feminine. Why can't like the UFC do it? They have no problem with the girls looking pretty up there. Like, it's just it's funny. It's just such a crazy topic that everyone's so wild about. Like, I mean, I weigh in underwear, literally weighing in underwear. Everyone else weighs in underwear as well. Like, what, you know what I mean? It's just the way I look. It's how I am, and I'm all about being you, being real. And I'm going to go and play down my looks, or not do my hair, or wear something baggy that doesn't show my body, or put on track pants when I train in case someone looks at my ass and goes, oh, that's sexualizing boxing, or try and tape down my chest because it's big to try and hide the fact that I have a chest. Why? You know what I mean? I just don't understand what it is, and we got to use what we have.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone has it. So then you got to use what you got. Go use what you got, whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean? But why should I not use everything that I have, including my personality, including my looks, including my skill and my intelligence that I have?
All right, boys, 12th and final round, 2 minutes left to go. DeCarlos trying to pour it on, but Lerone Richards is, now you see me, now you don't. Uppercut to the body from Lerone. That looked a hurtful punch. DeCarlos swallowed it, steps forward. Just partially blocks the right hook. Uppercuts from DeCarlos miss, as does the right hook. Left hook, right hook from Lerone Richards to the body of DeCarlos, being his signature shot this whole fight. The right hook to the body specifically, but left and right hooks have landed. Drink some, man. No, I'm gonna do. 20 seconds left, boys, for the main event. Lerone Richards has surely bagged the European title here. Just seeing some replays here. Lerone Richards with right hooks. Drew Carroll stepping on the gas. Lerone Richards able to evade. Oh, I just want this to be fast forwarded, you know, so we can crack on with Buatsi just working on the pads with Virgil Hunter. Lennox Clark saying, make me mandatory for this EBU title. I'm fully fit, not injured, and promise I will knock the Bumble Queen out.
See that swollen? It's alright. Sorry, a little swollen. See that swollen?
Christopher Lovejoy saying he'll be back. Peter Fury saying this Italian has no feints or boxing skill, total one-way traffic with no idea how to even make a fight, all due to Richard's superb skill set. Just getting the official decision. Let's hear what the scorecards are. 120, 108. 119, 109, all for Lerone Richards. And he gets that blue strap put around his waist.
It was so easy for him that if they call out as a real coach, he can do a 5-mile run now. We've tried some entertaining moves here. We've got some entertainment for you as well. Sky Cinema available now. It's a secret agent has the task of preventing World War III, armed with just a single word. Christopher Nolan's sci-fi thriller. Tenet, starring John David Washington, is available now on Sky Cinema. Talking of razzle-dazzle entertainment, we've got this coming up.
Oh, is he serious? They've got fucking Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul on Sky Sports box office. June 6th, Sky Sports box office. Oh my god. Crazy, man.
No, I said to you before, after the Timo Lane fight, I can do this to anyone. Anyone in the division I can do this to. So I wasn't surprised. I got the job done. I got it done nice and sexy and very pleased. This is about momentum.
14 fights in nearly 8 years, not enough. But it feels like you seem to be getting things all going in the right direction. How important is staying busy and not having to rebuild and start again and shed ring rust every time?
I believe everything happens for a reason, and I would like to thank everyone that's helped me in the past. But now I'm here. I met Dave Caldwell last year, and we've been working very hard on my boxing IQ, my technique, and it came together tonight. But it wasn't the best of the Richards. The best is yet to come.
He's saying the best is yet to come. I'm uncertain now.
How much more do you think there is still to show?
There's a lot, and I'm very excited. And now I'm in the position to get these bigger fights to showcase what I'm all about even more. I have to say, I'm very happy. And I'd like to thank my team, S-Jam, David Caldwell's boys, Jordan Gill, Opie Price, my mum and my dad, my son, and my sponsors, SCI Markets, for all the support.
Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Dave Caldwell, what comes to you next?
I love the confidence from Lauren Richards. I genuinely really do love it.
You even saw glimpses of him working on the inside, getting more and more confident, getting more and more comfortable on the inside. It's a process. That's not finished article. You saw glimpses of it, and he's going to get better at it. Now he's doing it under the light, he's going to get better at it and better at it. And there are things that he still needs to work on, and there are times when even on the inside he was just missing the shot. He wasn't taking the opportunity he could. That's when he's going to start landing more shots, and he's going to, when people talk about, he's not stopping people. He'll start doing that as he's understanding and his ring generalship and his ring IQ.
Just hearing Dave Caldwell here now talking about Lerone will stop people the more fights he gets.
Picked up a real gem last year, and I can't wait to showcase my skills in the future.
Can I just come back to you there about something that Dave said, that if there's any questions online from anyone, it's can Lerone punch harder than his record suggests? Is that an issue at all, or do skills pay the bills and you don't need to? You don't need to be knocking people out, stretching people out. Actually, skills are more important.
I punch harder than what people think, and if people think I don't punch hard enough, walk through me then.
Well then. Now I can't let you go. Tyson Fury is the undisputed king of singing post-fight. You've spent all week singing, so I'm not going to let you off now. So please, can you take us out of this interview back to the studio with just a few lyrics?
Can I sing a song that I sing to my son?
Of course you can.
Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Give them to your daughters, give them to your sons. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns.
European champion, take a bow.
That was a good fight.
Absolutely loved that. That was brilliant. Johnny, there's been comparisons Barry made between you and Lerone in the ring, but I think that's where they stop. You can't sing. Please don't.
Right, boys, I'll be back in a quick second as we get to the main event. Just give me 2 moments.
So when people talk about karma and all this law of attraction, this woman came round to my house one time. She's always going on about the universe. You know, she's always writing nice Facebook statuses saying if you put this out into the universe will send this back to you. So I said to her, what do you know about the universe? What does E equals MC squared mean? And she was like, E equals M is let me just have a look on Google. So I said, don't bother looking on Google. You tell me what E equals MC squared means. You're always going on about the universe. I've done a little open universe. I've done a little shit course, you know, physics. So I know what it means. What do you know about a proton? That's what I said to her. Or an electron.
Vet in white. Shit match. If you're saying that this is takeover fight, it's rubbish. That's pure 50-50. Pure 50-50. Fair play to Dillian. He's been upset with me. He's been saying on Instagram, saying that I'm a wanker for voicing my opinion, which is disappointing, honestly. I mean, listen, I'm Russian. I don't give a fuck. I won't be blowing your trumpet, my man. I'm going to tell you how it is. You like it or not like it. And you prefer me being honest for you telling that rather than, oh, Dillian, you're so amazing. Oh, you got knocked out, punch from gods. No, that was well prepared Russian school combination, jab, sleep down, body shot. Then he saw the opening, bang, lights out. That's what it was.
I just want to quickly hone in on the biggest criticism as you as a fighter, in that your fights aren't the most entertaining to watch on what is going to be the biggest stage of your career. Is there any want for you to shed that tag of not being an entertaining fighter?
Yes, quite simply. Yeah, I'll be honest. Obviously, with time, obviously that stuff becomes more clear. But I think if I can get a good knockout here in a exciting, I don't want it to be too exciting in terms of give and take, but I want it to be exciting in terms of me giving. I think it will be difficult with the run of form that I've had. I think I've had like four sole knockouts in a row. I can't remember how many. I'm winning a world title by knockout. I think it would be difficult for people to, hold on to the past. It was, I don't know, a couple of years ago now, but we'll see.
I don't think I'm thinking about retirement as of yet, but obviously I can't do this forever as well. I know that I only have a few years left in the sport, but right now I feel very fresh and I feel quite good, and I'm continuing. I obviously still love my job as well, and that's what motivates me. I still absolutely love this job. I'm still not tired of getting up in the mornings and doing the road runs, for example. But I just want to continue to improve. I want to, obviously, it would be amazing to become a multiple weight undisputed champion, if that's a possibility. And I just want to be involved in the biggest fights possible, and I just want to continue to tear down those barriers.
To be totally honest, I feel a lot.
In the same way that, Derek, you made mention of your unhappiness in recent interviews about the way you were portrayed in commentary in your fight with Usyk. Could you clarify what you didn't like about it, and do you feel the same could happen again in this fight?
Hey man, that's why I was gonna say something, but it is what it is, man. The problem is, the whole comment. Listen, the whole thing was just a bias thing, But Chucky, I'm fighting a fight, and then when I get home, and then they're like, "What's up with Sky? They're not backing you." You know what you mean? They're like, "Oh, they say the commentator on Sky was not fair, Macklin and Adam Smith." I'm like, so I heard it, and then I put him up. I put Adam Smith and Macklin up on it, and then we made up. But if you go and listen to the commentators and you can see the fight, you can see it's totally biased anyway, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I can't say anything else now because the fight's over now.
With the seemingly imminent move of Matchroom Boxing from Sky to DAZN, I want to know, from a boxer in your position who's enjoying the benefits of fighting on pay-per-view, who could potentially move to a non-pay-per-view centered platform, whether you would look to move to DAZN or stay with Sky Sports. What's your thoughts there?
Show me the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends what Eddie offers.
So you're welcome to either platform.
I'm a free agent. I go anywhere. If I fight on the zone 1 week, next week I fight on the Sky. I don't mind.
Appreciate that, Derek. Thank you. I saw one of your videos. You had like a visit to the doctors who talked about like the damage that you've received already. Are you worried about, as you take more risks, the effects you've experienced and what could come?
Yes and no. You know, it's a dangerous sport, and that's why when people question my dedication to it, it's like I'm showing up every single day. I'm putting my mental health on the line. My brain is on the line. I like you said, I've gone and gotten brain scans and have early signs of CTE, but I love this sport and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. And I'm a fighter, and people will see that, whether it's after Saturday night or whether it's a year from now, that they will see that I'm a fighter.
Couple of questions for me. Chris, there are those in the boxing public who have been critical of the standard of some of the fighters you fought, this being the case here with Marcus Morrison, most notably Time Booth, who believes you're fighting his leftovers, as he says. What's your thoughts on the criticisms about the opponent you've picked for this weekend?
I didn't pick the opponent. My promoters picked the opponent. I agreed. You know, I'm not going to turn down a fight. I've been out of the ring for a long time. You know, if anyone who's not happy with it, there's a big red button at the top of your remote, so you can put your finger on it, and it makes the screen go dark.
Right then, fellas, I just had to change shirts because it was getting quite hot in that hoodie. Got myself a little bit of a snack to eat, some water as well. I don't want to lose myself in the moment, and nor does Daniel Blender dos Santos. I believe that's a Burkina Faso flag. Am I right with that? Burkina Faso? The red with the black? Let's have a quick look. Or is that Congo? On the other side, with the blue and the red. Let's have a quick look. Burkina Faso. That's what that looked like, but I think I'm wrong there. And Congo, let's have a look at that. Yeah, that was the Congo flag. The Democratic Republic of Congo. I think he boxes out of France, though, doesn't he? You see Eddie Hearn to Joshua Buatsi's right, our left. With the Ghanaian embroiled kind of garb. What's that one on the right? It's Congo on the right, but his left. And that one is, I don't know what that is. I thought it was Burkina Faso, but it's not. I bet I've seen it before. You're not missing anything right now, it's just the entrances. Was it Kenya? Oh, it was Angola. It was Angola. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Angola badge and Congo badge and fighting out of France. Daniel Blender dos Santos. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps out loads. Joshua Buatsi is in the ring now. We'll just wait for the official introductions. But this is the main event here. WBA was an Intercontinental title. At light heavyweight. As we see Lawrence Okoli. Joshua Buatsi with Ghana and Britain the respective flags on his fight attire or ring walk attire. David Diamante on the mic now, doing all the usual stuff. I think this guy's Joshua Buatsi is going to get rid of this guy quite quickly. If Joshua doesn't get rid of this guy quite quickly, it's because he's looking to show the improvements he's made under Virgil Hunter. From what I've heard and what I've been told about Blender dos Santos and what I've seen with my own eyes from the bit of research I did on him, he doesn't look like he'll pose Buatsi too much problems. But hey, I could be completely wrong, and Blender dos Santos could come out with something absolutely crazy. Some fighters have recently done that on Matchroom shows. I don't think that will be the case with Blender dos Santos. We don't fully write him off, you know, punches, chance, and all that sort of stuff. But I think this will be a routine victory for Joshua Buatsi. One week away from Ramiro's Taylor, man. Can you believe that? Fucking hell. I can't wait to watch Taylor Ramirez. That's gonna be fucking class. Right, Joshua Buatsi's had his official introduction. They're both going to meet to the centre of the ring for the final instructions from the referee, which they're getting right now. Joshua Buatsi, Daniel Blender dos Santos. Blender dos Santos in the red. Joshua in the black. Joshua Buatsi, that is, in the black with the Ghanaian-esque, culture-esque sort of trim, Ghanaian trim, I suppose I'll call it. But in the black and goldish, basically. Double jab from Joshua Buatsi. Jab exchange from both men. Joshua Buatsi's was the better jab. Jab lands flush for Joshua. Dos Santos looking like he's already having trouble with Joshua Buatsi's jab. Joshua comes under the jab of Blender dos Santos and lands a right hand to the body.
Santos. Buatsi. Already stalking and shaping up like the excellent fighter he is. Predatory finisher we've seen.
Yeah, one of those last performances wasn't stellar, but the finish was fantastic.
It was. He turned southpaw, didn't he? And got the job done after.
Jab to the body, lands for Blender. Right hand to the body in return for Joshua Buatsi. I've got to call this guy Dos Santos, not Blender. Jab, jabbing again from Buatsi. And again to the body, and again to the body, just misses with a second one. 1 minute left of the first round. Tries to land the left hook, just goes behind the head. Jab, ducks out the way of the return right hand and then gets off a right hand of his own. Double jab here from Joshua Buatsi. He's got his man pinned towards the ropes. Just smothered his work with the left hook at the end. Bell for the first round brings Joshua Buatsi winning that round. Not going to score it, but that was a clear Buatsi round there. His opponent's trying to catch him with a left hook as Buatsi comes in, but Buatsi's too aware of that to happen, or to be caught with that. At least right now, with how it's not been disguised in any sort of way. Round two. Left hook just lands partially for Dos Santos. Right hook to the body from Buatsi. Right hand to the body from Joshua Buatsi. Not a lot of output really from either man, just still sort of feeling each other out. There's a left hook landing to the head of Dos Santos, and he looked hurt by that left hook. Joshua Buatsi jab, right hook, right hand down to the body, left hook, right hand. Blender Dos Santos is down already. He nods to the referee, saying he's happy to continue, but he's hurt a little bit here, and Buatsi could step on the gas at any moment here. Left hook, overhand right, just misses with the overhand right. Joshua's just got over a minute to see if he can finish the show, close the show, after dropping his man in the second round. He could just throw the same combination. Jab, right hand. Blender Dos Santos circles out to the right. Now it's back towards the ropes. Circling to his left. Joshua has him pinned towards the ropes. Blender dos Santos lands a left hook. And eats a right hand, and he's running all over the place here. Jab, jab, and he clinches his man. That was decent work from Blender dos Santos to work his way out of the corner. Got a little crafty left hook in as he moved as well. But he's now pinned in the corner here. He doesn't want to be in the corner. He's ducking low. And he moves out to the right. Takes a left hook to the body as he moves, though. Hits a left hook to the body of his own. Onto Buatsi. But Buatsi in complete control here. Complete control. Third round. Joshua Buatsi on the front foot, stalking his man. Not a lot of movement in return from Blender dos Santos. Exchange of jabs, right hand down low to the body, but dos Santos ducked low, so he took that to the head. Feints up top, lands the jab to the body from Buatsi. Uppercut on the inside from dos Santos was a good shot. After they clinched, exit on the clinch, he landed that uppercut. Left hook on the inside for Joshua Buatsi lands. He's got his man pinned down towards rope, stepping from side to side. I think Josh was just trying a few things out, playing with his food a little bit here, knowing he's got the beating of the man already.
Criticism with Marco Challenge was just a slight lack of head movement from Buatsi. Do you see that? Other people think he's very well.
Jab over the top. Pins his man in the corner. Blender dos Santos exits to his right. To his left even. Jab over the top from Blender dos Santos. Josh was trying to land one big shot on him. Or it set up a bigger shot with a decent hard shot. Blender dos Santos is still... Well, he just spine busted him. Joshua squares up to him. Time back in after that little spine buster, which looked like it pissed off Joshua Buatsi. Jab to the body from Joshua, left hook, he takes in return. Blender dos Santos exits to his left. pinning his man towards the ropes now, back towards the ropes. Triple jab there from Dos Santos, then a right hand to the body from him. Good work, and then the clinch. Not a lot to say here. Not a lot really to write home about. Shout out to the Diamond Boy, says Christopher Lovejoy. This dude came to fight. Last but not least, thank you for giving me the chance to change my life. All these other people just be talking. We don't make it this far where I'm from. Salute. Oh, God, I don't want to read out Tony Bellew's tweets. Forget that. That's what Joshua said here. He squares up to Bender Dos Santos. Buatsi's like, don't do that. Leave the ref to do that, man. Right hook there from Buatsi. Tries to shoot with the left hook. Buatsi's looking to put the pressure on now. In the clinch, just kind of rough. Buatsi on the front foot, backing his man up. Jab to the body from Joshua. Right hand to the body from JB. And again. Jab and right hand. The difference so far with Joshua Buatsi, having moved to Virgil Hunter, you can see the right hand is up by towards his chin a little bit more when Joshua Buatsi looks to engage. Sort of like how it was with Andre Ward, looking to block a couple of shots as it comes in. You can see that there already, or at least the semblances of that. And that'll be from Virgil Hunter's teachings. He's just finding Bender Dos Santos hard to tag at the moment. Left hook looked a little bit low from Dos Santos. From Buatsi, sorry, on Dos Santos. Took a straight right there, I think. Overhand right. Oh, no. Oh, don't even count. Oh. Oh, that's fucking horrible to see, that is. Fucking hell. Big overhand right shut the lights of the fella, but...
That's like main event.
That's a horrible, horrible knockout. God's sake, man. You don't want to see that, like, sort of thing, because if it was competitive and it was someone that Joshua Buatsi should have been in the ring with, you'd be alright with it, but that guy really shouldn't have been in the ring with Joshua Buatsi, and that's what happens, and you... Yeah. If it's competitive and you get knocked out, then that's fine, because you have business being in the ring with him. But that fella just had no business being in the ring with Joshua Buatsi. It's just a rough knockout to watch. Yeah, it's. I saw it, James. It was horrible. I want to be like, whoa, that's a big knockout, but it is a big knockout, but it's a big knockout against someone who he shouldn't really be fighting. So it's like tough to be for me to really be like, whoa. It's cruel in a way. I think that's really cruel in a way. That knockout. Not from Buatsi's point of view, but to put Blender dos Santos in that position. I was the same. Thought, nice cure, then let's move on to the next fight ASAP. There's no next fight. That's it. This is the main event. This is the main event. But, like, if it's a case of... Like, if that happened to Marco Kalic, right? I know Joshua Buatsi messed up Marco Kalic in the end. He broke his orbital for Joshua Buatsi's punches or whatever it was, right? If that happened to Marco Kalic, that's fine, because Marco Kalic showed and proved that he deserved to be in the ring, and he was causing problems to Daniel Blender dos Santos. They picked this guy out of here, out of nowhere. At this stage of Joshua Buatsi's career, he shouldn't be fighting fighters like this. I think he's crying in the ring as well now. Or he's like pouring at his eye. Yeah, he's crying. It's just, I think it's really cruel to put your fighter, you know, in that position. Or to put this type of opponent in that position. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm just being a bit too soft. Oh, right. But Buatsi's next fight. Yeah. I see what you're saying, James. I see what you're saying. Your fire stick all sorted. Did the boys over the asylum get that sorted for you? An Instagram account popped up randomly. I thought I would get one. Well worth it. Fair play. We're just getting a replay of the knockdown, knockout even, a feint again, big overhand right over the top, and the guy just Boom. He's out. Hits him the second time. Even Joshua Buatsi shocked about it, like he knew. And the guy was on the way down. He wasn't down. So Joshua, if he could have restrained, he should have. But he can't be blamed about it. But yeah, he's like shocked. That's not nice to watch.
I'm sure with the predictions, predicting the Tommy Mac knockout and the Buatsi knockout, that would have got you a tight 25 cent on the bookies. The fact that with Paddy Power. So have a drink on me.
It's not nice, man. Back in a sec, one moment. What are you boys saying here? There's hundreds of 24/7 TV movie channels just showing episodes of a movie series. Alien 2 on before the UFC. I prefer the Predator films, or at least I think Predator 1, you know, with Arnie, is the best of like the Predator and Alien films. Although I've not seen Alien 1. I think if I watched Alien 1 now, I wouldn't appreciate it because it's just too far gone in terms of like cinematography, you know, little tricks and all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't find it scary. I'd find it probably funny. Nothing massive until June 19 after next week. No, next week is Taylor Ramirez, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, Taylor Ramirez is next week. Oh, sorry, I'm being an idiot. My apologies. After next week, you're saying after next week. There's nothing big after that. My bad. It must be just because I'm late. Yeah, you're right. Listen, anyway, I'm gonna get out and I'll just summarize. We watched. I love the 80s flicks. Even the action sci-fi movies are so well made and have superb stories. I really love space films, man. Anything to do with space I love, apart from Event Horizon, which was trash. That was an absolute crap film. I love space films. But anyway, I'm going to get out. So, Tommy McCarthy beat Joe. What else do we see? Gamal Yafai lost to Jason Cunningham. Gamal Yafai lost to Jason Cunningham. Great fight. Lerone Richards put on a great performance against what's his face, Giovanni De Carolis, and Joshua Buatsi destroyed someone he had no business being in the ring with. It was a cruel position to put that fella in the ring with Josh Buatsi in the first place, and Josh Buatsi wins. Hopefully he does get the quick turn he was asking, but I'm going to head out of here, guys. Thank you for joining. I'll be out soon, hopefully. Check out the rest of the channel and Boxing News TV. But for now, I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep up the streams and work aims. I will do, James. Appreciate you guys being in here. We had James Windsor, Bobby Daz 81, Laura's in here, Epic TV, HAK or Hacks London, Last King of